This is a fundraising appeal, and I crave your indulgence to watch to the end. I stumbled on some Tochukwu Charles Okeke's restaurant on Instagram when I desired to eat Ewagoyin on a recent trip to Abeokuta. My first point of call for my search was Instagram, and the first account that popped up when I typed Ewagoyin Abeokuta was Ewagoyin_TA's restaurant. After my teaching engagement in Abeokuta at about 2 p.m., I called their number to place an order for delivery, which they said they offer, only to be told they had closed. To my amazement, they opened at 6:30 a.m. and are sold out by 12 or 1 p.m. daily. The person on the other line convinced me to order the next morning, even though I had planned to leave town very early. Needless to say, I waited, and I'm so glad I did. I set out in the morning with Google Map giving my time to destination about 15 minutes. But the closer I got to the destination, the more the road and neighborhood changed. I mean, what I was beginning to see was not representative of the pictures of the food I saw online. As I got out of my car to approach the restaurant, my curiosity was further raised. Then I was welcomed by a most pleasant Tochukwu Charles Okeke, who owns and runs the Ewagoyin business. Tochukwu is 28 years old, a graduate of mass communication, who after graduation first hawked crayfish on the streets of Abeokuta and now runs this Ewagoyin restaurant in Abeokuta. His father is Igbo from Anambra State, and his mother is Agoyin from Togo. Yes, Ewagoyin was coined from Ewa, meaning beans in Yoruba, and Agoyin, which is a tribe in the Benin Republic or a general term used by Nigerians to refer to Beninese and Togolese people. Tochukwu was born in Lagos and schooled in Abeokuta, where he had chosen to make home. You learned this from your mother?
Yes.
Rather than be discouraged, as he himself said most people are when they get here, I was inspired by his sound English and nice disposition, which led me to interview him. Now, I want you to listen to the interview. Tochukwu, when exactly did you start this business?
Okay, I started the business July 2021.
And what was your inspiration?
I wanted to actually live away from the work life because number one, not everybody should work for somebody, but I grew up from that aspect that everybody needs to be a creator because we are actually created by God. So, and that was the inspiration. If God created us, that means we need to create something, and that is where the idea all started. But I started with crayfish first because I'm more in the area of production. Because I knew that from birth. Because when I was much younger, I used to notice that I use my hand to create crafts. I do this airplane with paper and I fly into the air. I come up with different kind of aspects. So from birth, I already knew that I was a creator. But the aspect of me coming out of school, I came out of school and I was asking myself a lot of questions that youth corpers or people that graduate do ask themselves. What will I do next after school? But I got to understand that God has actually placed in us what we need to do, because if you look at what you actually do from small, you can actually find your cravings directly to your assignments. What do you do from small? Like, what do you see yourself always doing commonly and you don't have stress doing them? That even if they wake you from sleep, you just find yourself doing it. And that's why I know about, because I don't find it as a stress. Some people used to ask me when I wake up, when do you wake up? I say I wake up 2 o'clock every day from when I started till today to prepare the food. Before 6 o'clock, it's always ready from 6 o'clock. So I set my target that between 2 and 6, the food should be ready, and that is how I've always been. So
between what hours do you sell all that you produce each day?
Always between 6 o'clock and 12 o'clock, at least 12, approximately 1. So, and the vision behind the business is always giving out something fresh, not living, because I've noticed here in Abeokuta they leave beans till the next day and they sell it. So they're always concerned about the money. But me, I'm not concerned about the money. I'm concerned about what you deserve. The best is when you want to enjoy a proteinous food, you don't preserve, because it comes out with gastric juice. And that's why most times when you eat something that is preserved till the next day, you start fatting. So I've done my research in getting that. So why not just give something that you prepare that day and eat that day? Then if it's done, you tell them, can you come back the next day? So I came up with that vision that instead of leaving till the next day, why not just reduce the quantity, give out the best, and just stay at it.
What do you do after you finish selling at 1 p.m. each day?
I actually go home and work on, because I write books on Amazon, so I use that time to reflect and come up with ideas. What should I write? What book should I write next out of what inspires me?
Does the revenue meet your needs currently?
It meets my regular needs in the aspect of, number one, a job can never pay me what I get now.
When we raise this 1 million naira and work together to transform and renovate this your restaurant, what exactly would it do to your business?
Okay, if I'm able to achieve that, they said Rome wasn't built in a day. So we always start with the process. Because to start a business in Nigeria whereby people can assist is actually a very big issue. So if that can actually be raised for me, to go a long way to help me in the sense of building the edifice of this place, setting it in a pace whereby people can come in at their convenience and eat. And in a long run, in a long-term plan, I don't think this is where this business will actually reside. It will move to a very bigger place whereby, but it's what we do here that will determine the extent at which I will go. So I guess it would go a very long way to help me in setting up the place to be conducive for external people coming all the way from Lagos, Abuja, and other places to come in. Because if they come here and they see a different look, what they get on Instagram is not what they get when they come here. So with that, it can give them an impression that there is something that is what's going on in this place. So that means that will actually help.
Now, having listened to this interview, I need your help to join me in helping him modernize his restaurant. What he needs to be supervised by me is about 1 million naira. It doesn't matter how much you can contribute. 1,000 naira, 10,000 naira, 100,000 naira, or maybe write us a check for the whole 1 million naira. And let's raise this money. I guarantee and I commit. And if you know me well enough, you'll know I'll manage it well, and I'll be accountable to you until we revitalize and rebrand his restaurant, because he deserves it. This is the challenge a lot of young entrepreneurs have. No access to funding, nobody to help them. Let us be his source to move this business forward. And the young man that I have met, and I believe not by coincidence but God ordained, is also going to give back by also being an encourager to other people.